Welcome to VLearn's online class. In this session, we will discuss about the transaction and concurrency management. And in this, we will discuss about the recovery, kinds of failures, database errors, and different recovery techniques on the database. Now, what is failure or what are the reasons of failure? Firstly, a computer system suffers from different types of failure like hardware failure, software failure, internal failures or external failures. And the DBMS controls very critical data of an organization, and therefore the DBMS must be reliable. And the reliability of the database system is directly linked with the reliability of the computer system it runs. And the computer system is likely to be subjected to include different types of failures of component, software failures, hardware failures, and so on. Now, what is recovery? Recovery is a method through which we can recover the data lost by any of the failure. Means during the life of a transaction, that is after the transaction, after the start of the transaction, but before the transaction commits, several changes may be made in a database. And the database during such a state is an inconsistent state. For example, if there is a transaction that transfer rupees 5,000 from one account to another account, and for simplicity, we are not showing any error checking in the transaction. The transaction will be written as like transaction T1, which reads A, that if we take 2,000 as amount, the transaction, if we withdraw 2,000 amount from A, then A will be subtracted by 2,000, then we write A. And if there is failure after withdrawing a particular amount from one account and before reading the second amount, then what will happen? There is a failure, then we read B, we add B with 2,000 and write B and save commit. Then what happened? That transaction, there is a failure at this phase, that is after writing a particular value from one account. Now, in practice, several things might happen to prevent a transaction from completing, and recovery techniques should be used to bring the database, and recovery techniques are used to bring the database which does not satisfy the consistency requirement. And if the transaction completes normally and commits, then all the changes made by the transaction on a database are permanently affected on the database and they should not be lost. But if a transaction does not complete normally, then terminates abnormally, then all the changes made by it should be discarded. Now, what is termination of a transaction? An abnormal termination of transaction may be due to different reasons. That is, maybe a user decided to abort the transaction issued by him. There may be system failure, or there may be a deadlock in the system. Now, what are the different kinds of failure? There can be hardware failure, there can be software failure, or there can be external failure. Software failure means failure due to virus, database system failure, operating system failure, any failures due to the errors in the software or due to the failures due to software or application programs. Next is hardware failure. Hardware failures are those when some hardware chip or any disk fail or disk crashes. And external failures are the failures that results due to the external cause such as fire, earthquake, flood, etc. And the database must be duly backed up to avoid the problems due to all such kind of failures. You can see there is a physical database which store A and B, RAM buffers and CPU. CPU processes the data. Whenever it processes data, it retrieves the data from the physical database It keeps the data in the primary memory and then process the data according to the RAM. Now, failure controlling methods. There are various recovery techniques, and the recovery techniques are very expensive both in terms of time and memory space of the small system. And in such case, we have to select a recovery technique which best suits the needs of our requirement. Now, we should take some precautions to avoid the failures, that is having a regulated power supply, having a better secondary storage system such as redundant array of independent disk, so that if there is any failure in the database, the data can be recovered easily with the help of this type of technique like stripping or mirroring in the redundant array of independent disk. Then taking periodic backup of the database state and keeping track of the transaction after each recorded state, and properly testing the transaction programs prior to use, and setting important integrity checks in the database as well as user interfaces, etc., to avoid the failures. Next are database error. Now, what is the meaning of database error? Error is said to have occurred if the execution of command to manipulate the database cannot be successfully completed due to inconsistent data or due to the state of a program. Now, the database errors can be categorized into different categories like user errors, which includes the errors in the program like logical error. If the logic implemented by user is incorrect, then there is a user error. Inconsistency error. The errors occur due to the inconsistent state of the database, caused maybe due to the wrong execution of commands or in case of transaction abort. And the system error means this include the error in the database system or error in the operating system or deadlock, and such errors are fairly difficult to detect and require reprogramming. Now, there are different recovery techniques through which we can recover the lost data, or we can recover the data if there is any failure occur in the database. Some of the main techniques used for recovery are backward recovery, that is undo. In this scheme, the uncommitted changes made by a transaction to a database are undone, and instead the system is reset to the previous consistent state of the database that is free from any errors. You can see here there is database with changes and before images, and database without changes. That is, if we perform undo operation, then we can get the database without changes, that is the database in the previous state. Next is forward recovery, that is redo. And in this scheme or in this technique, the committed changes made by the transaction are reapplied on the earlier copy of database. That is database without changes and after images, and we reapply all the transaction, we reapply the earlier copy of database that is after images, and we will get the database with changes. Next is log based recovery. Now, log means which contains the information about a transaction, that it contains the transaction begin marker, the transaction identification like transaction ID, terminal ID or user ID, the operations performed by a transaction such as update, insert, delete, etc., the data items and objects that are affected by that particular transaction, including the name, row number, column number, and the previous and previous values and the changed values of the data items that have been updated, pointer to the next transaction log if needed, and the commit marker of the transaction. And on the basis of these information, we can easily find out if there is any failure in the transaction, then we can easily find out the point of failure, we can easily find out the operations performed by a transaction due to which failure occur, or we can find the transaction ID, the row number, the column number, the previous values, the changed values by using the log. And with the help of log, we can recover all the data if there is any failure occur during the transaction processing. So log based recovery is the most popular technique for recovering the data lost during the failure. Next is security and integrity. Now, what is security and what is integrity? Security means to secure the data from unauthorized access, or integrity means to maintain the or to check the proper check the integrity of data or the validity of data. Now, there can be physical, human, operating system, network or database system security. Now, physical means the site or site containing the computer system must be secured against illegal entry of unauthorized person. Human security means an authorization is given to a user to reduce the chances of information leakage and unwanted manipulations. Operating system means total foolproof security should be there, secure database system should be there. Network or software level security within a network should be there, and database system means the data items in a database needs a fine level of access control. And security refers to the access, whereas database integrity refers to the violence of accidental loss of consistency. There is a relationship between security and integrity, because if there is a user and user wants information modification, the modification can be by unauthorized modification, it can be authorized modification. Then unauthorized modification, if we talk about unauthorized modification or security violation, then there may be a chances that no modification can be possible. There may be chances that are correct, that is usually does not exist, means the modification made by unauthorized user correct, that is usually does not exist. Inadvertently incorrect or maliciously incorrect. And if there is authorized modification, then there may be a chances that the correction are correct, which is almost in all cases are happen. Maliciously incorrect and inadvertently incorrect. And in case of unauthorized modification, it results to no integrity violation in case of no modification possible, and in case of correct, that is usually does not exist. Means if the correction or if the modification made by user is correct, made by unauthorized user is correct, then there is no integrity violation, and if there is no modification possible, then in that case also there is no integrity violation. But if the information is inadvertently incorrect or maliciously incorrect, then there is the violation of integrity. So both the integrity and security is related to each other. Next is operating system versus database security. Database system protects more object as the data is persistent in nature, and database security is concerned with a different level, such as database is a collection of file, tuple, attribute or index. But if we talk about the operating system, then in case of operating system, the security is primarily concerned with the management and use of resources. Database system objects are more complex logical structures. If we talk about views, indexes, then a number of which we can map to the same physical data objects. Means database system objects are more complex, and moreover different architectural levels have different security requirement. So database security is concerned with the semantics, that meaning of data as well as the physical representation, and operating system provides security by not allowing any operation to be performed on the database unless the user is authorized for that particular operation. The users can be trusted front ends, or they can be use untrusted DBMSs. This is the database security subsystems, in which the different components like users, trusted front ends, that can be operating system security or security kernel, then untrusted DBMS, physical, logical or reference, and which contains objects and tuples. Next is authorization. Now, authorization is the accumulation of the administrative responsibility of the organization. Now, authorization means a set of rules that can be used to determine which user has what type of access. That is, read access, write access, insert, update or delete. Read access means the user can only read the data object, but no modification, deletion or insertion is allowed. Insertion means user can insert new data, but user cannot perform the modification of existing data or cannot perform the deletion operation. Similarly, updation allows the modification of data, but the deletion cannot be performed, and in case of deletion, the user has permission of deletion of data only. It means the user cannot perform the read, insert and update operation. Means through authorization we can determine which type of user has what type of access on the particular portion of database. If we talk a basic model of database access, then the database access means we can give the access to on a database to a particular user by using the grant and revoke command. Means through grant command we can give privilege to a particular user to access particular or specified portion of the database, or having the user may have a particular set of privileges according to the grant command given to him or the privileges assigned to him, whether it can be read, written or modification. And through revoke command we can take back the privileges given to the user on a particular object. Now, if we talk about a database access model, then this database access model has three major components, that is set of objects, set of subjects and set of all access. Set of objects means the objects, and the objects are those entities to which access must be controlled. Subjects means the entities that request the access to the object, and access rules means which can be thought of as forming an access. Means you can usually known as a name of authorization matrix. Authorization matrix means whether there is read permission, whether there is write permission, or whether there is modification permission. Means set of object on which the user want to access. Set of subjects means the entities that request to access that particular set of object, and set of all access rule means the permissions or the privileges that the particular users have on a particular set of objects. This is all about the database failure and recovery techniques. Thank you.